This week on Granite State Challenge, the Bulldogs of Bedford High School take on the Purple Panthers of Nashua South. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by Safety Insurance, NEA New Hampshire, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Granite State Challenge. If you've been keeping up with the show, we've done our first round games, and one of these two teams is hoping to make their way into the semifinals. Let's introduce them to you. First up, we have the team from Bedford High School.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Tabitha. I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Smaid, and I'm a sophomore.
Their alternate is Samantha, and their coaches are Kelly Chizovsky and Sherry Arp, and they are the Bulldogs of Bedford High School. And their opponents this week are the team from Nashua South.
I'm Henry. I'm a senior.
I'm Eric, and I'm a senior.
I'm Thanasi. I'm also a senior.
I'm Charlie, and I'm a sophomore.
Their alternate is Jerry, and their coaches are Lex Duval and Kelly Thornhill-Tulersky, and they are the Purple Panthers of Nashua South. Those are our two teams for this quarterfinal matchup, but we do have one more introduction for you, and that is, of course, on the ANCAM, our judge, Ann Belanger. All right, teams, introductions are out of the way. Go ahead and grab those signaling devices. We're going to jump right into the game. In round one of Granite State Challenge, we'll play some 10-point toss-up questions. So Bedford, Nashua South, good luck. Here we go. This boy who never grows up lives in Neverland and fights Captain Hook. Charlie of Nashua South.
Peter Pan.
Yes. Vatican City is actually a country home to the Pope. It is the world's smallest independent state and is located entirely inside this city. Sumaid of Bedford.
Rome?
Yes. Not as famous as Sydney or Melbourne, this planned city became Australia's capital in 1913. Sumaid of Bedford.
Canberra?
Yes. This subatomic particle found in the nucleus of an atom carries no electrical charge. Eric of Nashua South.
Neutron?
Yes. This imaginary line is designated as 0 degrees longitude and serves as the starting point for measuring east and west around the globe. Matthew of Bedford.
Prime meridian?
Yes. Popular in the 17th and 18th centuries, this European architectural style is known for its dramatic curves, elaborate ornamentation, and is also a term used to describe the music of the same period. Eric of Nashua South.
Baroque?
Correct. In 1607, this settlement in present-day Virginia became the first permanent English colony in North America. Sumaid of Bedford.
Jamestown?
Yes. This term can describe either a gradual increase in loudness in music or the highest point reached in a steady rise in intensity. Charlie of Nashua South. Say it again.
Crescendo?
Yes. The New Hampshire State Archives sits on Ratification Way in Concord. Its street number is a nod to history, representing the order in which New Hampshire ratified the U.S. Constitution. What is its street number? Matthew of Bedford.
9th.
That is right. All right, teams, it's time for our Unitil Power question, a 20-point toss-up question coming to you on your monitors. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Vicinanzo with Unitil, and here is your power question. Jason Lee Scott is the original leader of this morphing group of heroes.
Eric of Nashua South.
Superheroes?
Sorry, no. Bedford. Sam.
The Power Rangers?
Power Rangers is correct. In a standard soccer match, this is the maximum number of players a team is allowed to have on the field at one time. Henry of Nashua South.
11.
Correct. Banished from Massachusetts for his radical beliefs, he founded Rhode Island as a haven for religious freedom. Eric of Nashua South.
Williams?
Yes, Roger Williams. Octopuses, insects, and some birds use camouflage to vanish in plain sight. Spell camouflage. Matthew of Bedford.
CAMOUFLAGE. Flage.
Correct. Well done. All right, teams, our next question is a math question. You have pencil and paper if you choose. The perimeter of a rectangle is 30. If the length is 11, what is the width? Matthew of Bedford.
4.
4 is right. The first of this series of religious revivals swept through the American colonies in the 1730s and 1740s and led to the growth of evangelical denominations. Eric of Nashua South.
The Great Awakening.
Yes. All right, teams, go ahead and take a look at your monitor for the next clue. The name for this large tree-climbing rodent found across New Hampshire is taken from the French word for thorn pig. Henry of Nashua South.
Porcupine.
That's right. Under the leadership of Suleiman the Magnificent, this empire reached the peak of its political power in the 16th century. Eric of Nashua South.
Ottoman Empire.
Correct. This 2018 Marvel film featuring the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy as they tried to stop Thanos collecting the 6 Infinity Stones became the first superhero movie to gross over $2 billion worldwide. Matthew of Bedford.
Avengers Infinity War.
Correct. On September 1st, 1939, this event triggered Britain and France to declare war on Germany and marked the official start of World War II in Europe. Charlie of Nashua South.
Invasion of Poland.
Correct. Unlike plants that produce their own food, these organisms must consume other living things, plants, animals, or both, to get energy. Charlie of Nashua South.
Consumers.
Correct. Brazil leads all nations in men's FIFA World Cup titles with 5. With 4 championships, this country holds the record for the most women's FIFA World Cup wins. Charlie of Nashua South.
United States.
Correct. All right, teams, it's time for our semi-quincentennial question coming to you on your monitors.
Hello, I'm author and teacher John Herman, and I've got a question for you. George Washington and his troops famously crossed the Delaware River for a surprise attack that led to this battle.
Eric of Nashua South.
Trenton.
The Battle of Trenton is right for 25 points. This sprawling imperial palace complex, constructed during the Ming Dynasty, served as the political and ceremonial center of China for nearly 500 years. Matthew of Bedford.
The Forbidden City.
Correct. First airing in 1954 with host Steve Allen, The Tonight Show has been hosted since 2014 by this former Saturday Night Live cast member who spends part of his summers in the Lake Winnipesaukee area. Matthew of Bedford.
Jimmy Fallon.
Correct. This author sent 4 Pevensie siblings through a wardrobe into the land of Narnia. Eric of Nashua South.
Lewis.
C.S. Lewis is right. This Marxist revolutionary leader led the 1959 Cuban Revolution, inspiring leftist movements across Latin America. Matthew of Bedford.
Fidel Castro.
Yes. Actor Tom Hanks has played Forrest Gump, Captain Phillips, astronaut Jim Lovell, and this character in the animated film Toy Story. Eric of Nashua South.
Woody.
Woody is right. And that sound ends the game. And folks, we've got a high-scoring, fast-paced match, but Nashua South out to a bit of a lead. Excellent first round, teams. We're going to take a break in the action for just a second to get to know our players a little bit. And we're going to start with a team from Bedford High School. Bedford High School, of course, located in Bedford, an enrollment of just under 1,500 students. And we are going to start down here at the end with Sumaid. Hi, Sumaid. Welcome back. You wrote on here that you and your family have an interesting group chat going on where you do something, the same thing every day. What's that?
Yeah, so every day since June, so for around 220 days, I've been posting a house of the day to my family group chat.
So what is a house of the day?
So basically what I do is I go to Zillow, type in a city that I never done before. I scroll until I find an interesting house, I screenshot it, and then I send it into the group chat.
And these are just random houses, big houses, small houses, everything in between.
Yeah.
All right, any houses that you would like to buy yet?
I've seen a bunch of interesting and really beautiful ones in Southern California, But the thing with those is that they're really expensive.
A little expensive out there, huh? All right. Speaking of traveling, Sam, a bit of a traveler, is doing something I think is really, really cool. Tell us what you've been working on.
I've been working on seeing all the baseball parks.
Okay, so going to every Major League Baseball ballpark. Okay, so favorite besides Fenway, obviously.
Besides Fenway, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Okay, what do you like about Pittsburgh?
Their concessions.
Okay, that's fair. That's part of it. What's next on your list?
I want to go to the Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium. All right, go see a Sox-Yanks game at Yankee Stadium. Excellent. Joining him is Tabitha. Tabitha, a bit of a builder, built something I think is really cool that I want in my house. What is it?
An arcade machine.
An arcade machine. So we're talking like an old school arcade machine, like the big wooden thing. How did you build it?
Well, we already had some that were like pre-cut and like had like pattern, like already designs on it and stuff. And so me and my dad, we had like built them together beforehand. But then he was like, wait, we should build our own. So we
From scratch?
From scratch. So we got wood, we cut it, we painted it, we put it all together. And the screen was an old computer monitor.
Awesome. Do you still play it?
We like, we got rid of it.
It's fair enough. Maybe it was gifted to somebody. Excellent. All right, and Matthew, a bit of a collector. We've had a lot of players on Granite State Challenge talk about their collections, but I've never heard this one. What do you collect?
Brochures.
Brochures. So are we talking like, you know, roadside attraction brochures, or, you know, if you go up to the Lakes region, the kind of stuff you can find up there?
Yeah, I mean, mostly places for cities, little maps, historical sites.
Okay, why brochures?
It's just a good way to keep track of where you've been, what you've seen.
A lot of information in a small space, right? Excellent. That is Matthew, and that is the team from Bedford High School. All right, we turn now our attention to their opponents this week. This team from Nashua South, of course, located in Nashua, just over 1,600 students enrolled in the school. And from that number, we start down here with Charlie. A lot of cats in the family, Charlie.
Yeah.
But this is a pretty high number. Maximum cats at once you've ever had.
We had 10 cats at once.
Okay, so how do you end up with 10 cats at once?
So we have 3 permanent cats, but our family also decided to foster because we had a room set up for cats because we caught a stray a bit ago. And we ended up getting a mother and her 6 kittens.
Gotcha. So a mother and 6 kittens. And they still with you? They moved on to new homes?
All of the kittens have been adopted. We do still have the mother, though.
Okay. All right. Well, 4 cats now then.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have the Nasi. And, you know, we've had a number of players this season on Granite State Challenge that have family members that have been on the show. But this might be the earliest one. Your aunt, tell us.
So my aunt appeared in season 5 of Granite State Challenge, which was the spring of 1986.
Wow.
And she played for Mount St. Mary.
Mount St. Mary's, that's a school that's in Nashua, or used to be in Nashua?
Yeah, it was the private girls' Catholic school in Nashua before Bishop Garden became co-ed.
Excellent. Do you know how she did, how they did?
They narrowly lost, I think only by like 50 points or something like that to Hinsdale.
Okay, tough loss, but hey, maybe the family will win this match, right? All right, Eric, moving down, has written down how many Granite State Challenge questions?
All the questions from seasons 41 through 43.
Okay, so for the last 3 seasons, every question. Now, is this in an effort to help you guys study and prepare for the show of the season?
Yes.
And how is it? Has it helped?
I would say it has definitely helped.
Okay, is anyone else helping you out with writing these questions down?
No, I've mostly been doing it by myself.
Come on, guys, help them out. All right, and team captain Henry uses the Duolingo app. What are you studying on Duolingo? What are you learning?
I'm studying Spanish.
Okay, and you have quite a streak going.
Yeah, 1,130 days, which is a little over 3 years.
Straight, every day for
Yes,
3 years,
yep.
you've been logging into the app and doing some stuff.
Yeah.
You must love the app.
I do. For Halloween a few years ago, actually, I dressed up as the Duolingo bird.
That sounds like loving the app to
Yeah.
me. That is Henry, and that is the team from Nashua South. All right, thanks teams for letting us do that introduction. We're gonna move now into round 2 of Granite State Challenge, which is our 3 strikes and you're out round. In this round, each player gets a question, each team gets 10. We'll go player by player down the line until all 10 questions are asked or until 3 strikes and you're out. Each team has 3 passes, so if you don't know the answer, you can pass it to the teammate next to you. All right, and each question is worth 10 points, and there's a little clue in each question to the next question. So, we'll start with Bedford, and Matthew, here is your question. The 1970 novel, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, was written by this author, who also wrote Super Fudge and Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing.
Judy Bloom.
Correct. Tabitha, Judy Garland's daughter, Liza Minnelli, played singer Sally Bowles in this 1972 film set in the Kit Kat Club during the Weimar Republic in Berlin, Germany? It was Cabaret. Sam, the film Cabaret was directed by this famous choreographer and filmmaker known for his signature use of jazz hands.
Spielberg.
Sorry, no. Bob Fosse. I would like to see Spielberg's jazz hands, though. Sumaid, moving on to you. Bob Fosse directed, choreographed, and co-wrote the book for this Broadway musical featuring Roxy Hart and Velma Kelly.
Pass.
Pass to Matthew.
Chicago.
Chicago is right. Tabitha, your question. This team lost to the Chicago Bears in the 1986 Super Bowl, but eventually went on to win many more Super Bowls than the Bears.
Pass.
Pass to Sam.
The New England Patriots.
Correct. Sumaid. The 1992 film Patriot Games, based on a novel by Tom Clancy, stars this actor as U.S. Marine Lieutenant and history professor Jack Ryan. You may also know him for his roles as Han Solo in Indiana Jones.
Pass.
All right, pass.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is correct. Tabitha, to you. William Henry Harrison was the 9th president of the United States, and this man, who was his grandson, was the 23rd. It was Benjamin Harrison, and that is your third strike and the end of your rounds. Great job, Bedford. Nashua South, we turn our attention to you. Same drill. Henry, we'll start with you. This is your question. This author of the novels Ulysses and Finnegan's Wake was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1882.
Pass.
Pass to Eric.
Joyce.
James Joyce is correct. Thanasi. In 1968, James Taylor became the first non-British artist to sign with this record company founded by the Beatles. They founded Apple Records. Charlie. Apple Computers was founded by Steve Wozniak, Ronald Wayne, and this man on April 1st, 1976.
Pass.
Pass to Henry.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs is right. Eric, to you. Steve Martin is not only a comedic actor, he is also a Grammy Award-winning player of this 5-stringed instrument that is often associated with folk and bluegrass music.
Banjo.
Correct. Thanasi. Singer, songwriter, activist, and banjo player Pete Seeger wrote the song Turn, Turn, Turn to Everything There Is a Season, which was taken from a passage found in this book. It was found in the Bible. Charlie. This Bible was the first major book printed in Europe using metal movable type.
The Gutenberg Bible.
Correct. Henry. Steve Guttenberg starred along with Ted Danson and Tom Selleck in the 1987 movie 3 Men and a Baby. The film was directed by this man, who also played Mr. Spock on the original Star Trek.
Pass.
All right, pass to Eric.
Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy's right. Thanasi, to you, Canadian composer and singer Leonard Cohen is famous for this song released in 1984 and made famous in a 2004 recording by Jeff Buckley. Another biblical reference to Hallelujah, and that is your third strike and the end of your rounds. Things holding steady between Bedford and Nashua South, but now we're going to go into round 4, which is our 60-second round. I'd like to invite the alternates to come on up and join their teams at the podiums as we get ready for the 60-second round. In the 60-second round, each team works together in a pack of 10 questions in a category. You guys can talk together and work together. And so Bedford, as the team trailing, we will start with you. So Matthew, you could talk to your team and choose from these categories: Nobel Pursuits, Lit, and Street Smarts.
Well, that's going to be literature. You might want to do street smarts.
Street Smarts. Okay, Matthew and Bedford. For this category, the answers to the following will all be fictional roads, streets, lanes, or alleys. Okay, so again, Matthew, you can talk to your team, but I'll take your answer as the team answer. 60 seconds. Start the clock. In the world of Harry Potter, you can get here from the Leaky Cauldron pub.
Sorry?
Diagon Alley.
Well, I don't know what you're saying.
Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley.
Correct. Bert, Ernie, and Grover can tell you how to get here.
Sesame Street.
Correct. Not every one of these streets is known for its nightmares.
Elm Street.
Correct. Elton John sang about it, but Toto went down it.
Yelbrook Road.
Correct. Marco sees a horse and wagon on this street, and his imagination runs wild in a Dr. Seuss book.
Street.
Sorry, it's Mulberry Street. There's a barber showing photographs on this road in a Beatles song.
Abbey Road.
It's Penny Lane. There's a murder on this street with a French name from A Tale by Poe.
Rue de Morgue.
Correct. Sherlock Holmes lives at 221B on this street.
Do you speak louder? I don't know.
There's Baker Street. Lil Nas X traveled down this road with his horse in a
Old Town
2018 song.
Old Town Road.
Correct. A screen door slams and Roy Orbison sings in a Springsteen song about this road.
Main Road.
Sorry, it was Thunder Road, and we're adding it up. 6 out of 10 on your 60-second round. All right, thank you, Bedford. Nashua South, we turn to you. Henry, you can talk to your team and choose from our remaining categories, Nobel Pursuits or Lit Lit.
We'll take Lit Lit.
Lit Lit. Okay, so for this category, the answers to the following will be related to works of literature, songs, or TV shows that include or are related to the word fire. Okay?
Okay.
So, Nashua South, good luck. Henry, talk to your team. I'll take your answer as the team answer. 60 seconds. Start the clock. Novel by Ray Bradbury about
Fahrenheit 451.
Correct. Novel by Charlotte Bronte where Thornfield Hall burns down.
Jane Eyre.
Jane Eyre.
Correct. Second book in the Hunger Games series by Susan
Catching
Collins.
Fire.
Yes. Series of books by George R.R. Martin that include
Song
Game
of
of
Fire and
Thrones.
Ice.
Song of Fire and Ice.
Think about that, Judge. Novel by Stephen King about Charlie McGee, a young girl with pyrokinesis.
Carrie.
It is Firestarter. This is the fourth novel in the Harry Potter series.
Goblet of Fire.
Yep, we'll take that. Donald Trump's catchphrase on the TV show The Apprentice.
Pass.
You're Fired, TV show set in the Windy City about firefighters and paramedics.
Shoot.
Chicago Fire.
Correct. Song written by June Carter and Merle Kilgore and sung by Johnny
Ring of
Cash.
Fire.
Correct. 2002 cult classic space western TV show from Joss Whedon.
Pass.
That is Firefly, and that is the 10th of the 10 questions. I think we're going to give you a song of Ice and Fire. And so, 8 out of 10 on your 60-second round. Thank you, alternates. You can go ahead and grab your seats as we get ready for round 4. In round 4, we're going to pick back up with our 10-point toss-up, our toss-up questions, but we're going to double the point value to 20 points. We will be deducting 20 points for incorrect responses. So Bedford and Nashua South, still a tight match, playing smart and strategically. Good luck, here we go. When an acid meets a base in the lab, they often cancel each other out. What type of reaction is this? It is a neutralization reaction. All right, teams, our next question is a video question from a super fan of the show. Go ahead and take a look.
Hey guys, once again it's Corey, and this time I've got a question for you about literature. And ladies, I have a feeling you're gonna love this one. What is the name of the young girl who lives in the Plaza Hotel with her turtle Skipperty and her dog Weenie in a series of books by Kay Thompson?
Henry of Nashua South.
Amelie.
Sorry, no. Bedford. Matthew?
Eloise.
We'll give you that. Eloise, yeah. This English computer scientist is credited with creating HTML, HTTP, and the World Wide Web. Matthew of Bedford.
Alan Turing.
Sorry, no. Nashua South. It is Tim Berners-Lee. Located in the back of the brain and often referred to as the little brain, it controls balance and coordination. Henry of Nashua South.
The medulla.
Sorry, no. Bedford. Matthew. That is right. Passed by Congress on June 4th, 1919 and ratified on August 18th, 1920, this amendment granted women the right to vote. Eric of Nashua South.
19th.
Yes. Quote, because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. Opens a reflective meditation on mortality by this American poet. Eric of Nashua South.
Dickinson.
Yes. All right, teams, take a look at your monitor for this next question. You are looking at a portrait by Magna Pak of this iconic Mexican painter, famous for her vibrant self-portraits and her tumultuous life with muralist Diego Rivera. Eric of Nashua South.
Kahlo.
Frida Kahlo's right. This structure, built to protect China from northern invasions, is estimated to stretch over 13,000 miles and can be seen from space. Matthew of Bedford.
Great Wall of China.
Yes. The Hagia Sophia was originally built as a cathedral in this city. Eric of Nashua South.
Istanbul.
Yes. New Hampshire's longest border is 168 miles long and is shared with this neighboring state. Matthew of Bedford.
Maine.
Sorry, no. Nashua South. Eric.
Vermont.
Vermont is correct. We'll skip the next question. Known for its advanced road systems, terraced agriculture, and silver mines, this empire was conquered by Francisco Pizarro in the 1530s. Eric of Nashua South.
Inca.
The Incan Empire is right. And that sound ends the game, and a strong finish means Nashua South is moving on to the semifinals. Great match. Both teams, a lot of correct responses in that game. Nashua South, congratulations on your victory. We'll see you in the semifinals. Bedford, congratulations on your first round victory. Lost to a tough team this week, but you're a young team, and we'll see you in the future years. And we hope you had fun. We hope you had fun as well. We do hope you turn in next week for our next quarterfinal match when the teams from Conval Regional High School and Profile High School face off. That'll do it for us this week. I learned something, and I hope you did as well. We'll see you next time.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by Safety Insurance, NEA New Hampshire, and viewers like you. Thank you.